things are picking up once again. More MLAs appear to be moving to the rebel camp led by Eknath Shinde. We know that as of this morning, he had the magic number of 37 out of 55 Shiv Sena MLAs. That's the 2/3 he needs to not attract the anti-defection law, plus a few more independents, bringing that number up to 42 MLAs. We're hearing now that more Shiv Sena MLAs are headed from Maharashtra to Guwahati in that hotel, in that Radisson Blu hotel where the rebels are holed up. My colleague Saurabh Gupta now joining us for more on that from Mumbai. So Saurabh, tell us, what are you hearing? Who else is heading to Assam?
Well, Nidhi, this is definitely not good news for Uddhav Thackeray and the Sena leadership who are here. At least 2 more MLAs are confirmed to be heading towards Guwahati. Dada Bhuse, who's the Minister for Agriculture, MLA, and also, you have Sanjay Rathod, who was a minister, here to resign. And we are hearing another MLA, Geeta Jain also could be amongst those who are headed to Vasai. So that takes the count to 3 more. Now, yes, MLAs are leaving. That's the reality. That's sunk in already as far as the Sena leadership here is concerned. But Nidhi, what I'd like to point out is this is not just a lateral split in the Sena. There's also a vertical split. And that works in Uddhav Thackeray's favor. Amidst all these things collapsing around him, ministers on the run, running away from Sena cadre. Now, and why did I differentiate between the lateral split and the vertical split in the Sena? The lateral split is, of course, Eknath Shinde camp and the Uddhav Thackeray camp in the Sena. That's the clean split where people are switching sides almost every day, and in fact twice a day, thrice a day. And you see the Eknath Shinde camp growing in strength as far as MLAs are concerned. The lateral split I'm talking about is not yet visible, and that, of course, is the split between the Sena MLAs, MPs and the Sena cadre. The Sena cadre still, at least in Mumbai, seems to be with Uddhav Thackeray. And that, of course, is, if people study, the Sena, the Shaka Pramukhs, the Vibhag Pramukhs, the party structure, that is still with Uddhav Thackeray. So if Eknath Shinde wants to stake claim of the party, not the legislature party, but the party, then he has to do a lot more work. Though as far as the legislature party is concerned, clearly Eknath Shinde is now in control with more MLAs moving towards his side.
Right. Now also, Saurabh, Uddhav Thackeray has called a meeting in just a few minutes from now. What do we know about that? What is that about? And also just a little bit more about Sanjay Rath, in fact, kind of offering an olive branch to the rebels, saying we're even ready to quit the MVA alliance if you want us to.
That's right. In fact, anything to get those MLAs back to Mumbai, and that is the plan of to save the party, because ultimately it's the party that has to be saved. Governments come and go, power comes and goes, is what the thinking within the Sena leadership is. But if our party goes, if these are people who we worked with for years, switch over to the BJP, and then what is left of us? That is the larger concern amongst the Sena, which is why the Sena is offering an olive branch, saying come back to Mumbai, discuss it with Uddhav Thackeray, the authority in the party, the Matoshri, which Sainiks consider a temple, come here, discuss it, and if in that discussion majority of you feel that we should leave the MVA or you're going to resign, then we have no option but to leave the MVA, because if you resign anyways, the government is going to fall. But the objection that also the Uddhav Thackeray, camp has is that why compromise with the BJP? The Shiv Sena's Hindutva is different from the BJP's Hindutva. It's Bala Sahib's Hindutva, as they say, and that is very different. So he says he has been, committed to Hindutva, but not committed to the BJP,
right.
And therefore, the behind the scenes, talks that are going on, which many say is between Eknath Shinde and the leadership of the BJP, that is something that the Thackeray camp is not ready to accept.
Akshay, let's go across to you. Akshay is there in Guwahati, where all the action is with the rebel MLA. So Akshay, the big question is, clearly Eknath Shinde, or at least it appears that he has the numbers on his side. Why haven't they approached the governor yet?
Well, Nidhi, if we talk about Eknath Shinde, then there is one very clear thing that has been reiterated by Shiv Sena as well. Sanjay Raut has said that about 20 MLAs of Shiv Sena, who are right now holed up inside this hotel behind me, they are willing to switch sides. And that exactly is why Sanjay Raut has said that you come to Mumbai. Shiv Sena is pressing right now that all of these MLAs should come to Mumbai to see that how many MLAs they can switch back to their own camp. And if that happens, if Eknath Shinde's camp falls short of 2/3 majority, then all of them gets disqualified. So to ensure that they have the 2/3 majority, Eknath Shinde does not want to take any risks as far as when any switching sides are concerned. Right now there are about 37 MLAs of Shiv Sena and around 5 independent MLAs, which has taken the total tally of about 42 MLAs that are inside this hotel right now. Also, something very interesting happened today. 2 MLAs in fact left the hotel, they went to a temple nearby and then they came back again. So that in fact was an indication coming in from Eknath Shinde that MLAs are here on their own will and nobody is forcing them to be here. Nobody is in fact keeping them inside a hotel like a jail. So that was in fact an optics that was played by Eknath Shinde as well. Just about 10 minutes back, Piyush Hazarika, who is considered extremely close, second most powerful man in Assam government at this point in time, he has entered the hotel. Earlier Cabinet Minister Ashok Singhal had entered the hotel. He has been staying here ever since. So the top brass of the Assam government is at the hotel along with the Shiv Sena MLAs who are inside. So answering your question that why exactly is there a wait and why does Eknath Shinde not in fact go to the governor. So some more MLAs are expected to come in until and unless Eknath Shinde is assured that even if a couple of MLAs, if they switch sides, he still retains the 2/3 majority. That exactly seems to be his plan of action for the upcoming days.